podcast. Do not be alarmed, ladies and gentlemen. That music you hear in the background is the one and only Nuno Betancourt from the group Extreme. And I'm going to talk a little bit about their new effort. No. Their new conquest, the album Six. But I want to start off first by saying, one, I do not get paid for any of my podcasts. I do this as a public service announcement. Number two, I do not have the permission to play any of their music, so I'm just giving you little bites that I know that I am allowed to play. But I encourage you, matter of fact, I implore you, go out and get this incredible work of music. I cannot speak highly enough about what we are seeing in this album. Now, for any of you that have read any of my books or know me personally, you will understand that music is absolutely important to me. It's critical in my life, and it has helped me through some critical times. Well, back in 1990, yeah, that's right. It was 1990. I picked up this CD called Pornograffiti by a group called Extreme. And after listening to it, I just sat there and I shook my head and I said, I cannot believe what I just listened to. First of all, when you look at the title of it, you start to think, well, gee whiz, this is going to be one of those raunchy rock albums that your mom doesn't want you to listen to. But understand something. When it comes to Extreme and any of their albums, you do not know what to expect. And that's the beauty of this group. You don't know what to expect when you turn on that first hit. I'm even going to say it that way. And so it is with the album Six. As soon as you turn it on, it is face melting rock and roll. But I digress. Back in 1990, I started listening to Extreme, and I haven't stopped. Matter of fact, the past couple years, I was having, believe it or not, withdrawal pains. To this day, I'm going to say this. I think that their greatest album ever was Three Sides to Every Story. That's right. They even get some extra cowbell for that one. What an incredible album that, again, when you started listening to it, it starts off with that face melting hard rock, but then it goes into something you cannot even categorize. You have to just call it extreme. So, with that, I want to talk to you a little bit about their newest effort. But let me first introduce you to this band by the way, and I'm doing this because there was a video that I watched on YouTube that was talking about the greatest bands from each state. And when it came to Massachusetts, it was some worthless band. I won't even mention who it was. But truly, the greatest band to come out of Massachusetts, where the majority of these cats are from, is Extreme. Now, with the album Six, they've got a new percussionist, a new drummer, Kevin F. or K-Fig is what they call him, and that's because no one could pronounce his last name, and I believe it's actually a Portuguese name, Figueiredo or something like that. I apologize, sir, that I have butchered your name, but he is an incredible drummer. Not the ones before. The guy before was not good. This guy absolutely comes in with syncopations and just drum riffs that you just cannot you cannot get any drummer to do. And I kind of, I know this is going to be a little blasphemous. I'm going to put him up there with the likes of Stuart Copeland and Neil Peart, because he's that brilliant, and his drumming, his style, his drive matches the spirit of the group Extreme. Here's just a sample of him jumping in on the start of hashtag Rebel. Now, one of the original members is the bassist uh, Pat Badger, and uh, Pat Badger is out of control. You listen to the bass, and if you just cut down all of the rest of the music, and turn up the bass, and I recommend you do that. Never mind. Uh, I want you to listen to what this guy brings. It's almost as if uh, um, Chris Squire, when he left this planet, said, "Here, my friend, take over this instrument. I want you to take it forward with some of the greatest riffs you could ever have." And matter of fact, a lot of the music is, in my opinion, and I'm no musical expert. I'm just a guy who loves music tremendously. I believe that his bass playing really makes some of these. Matter of fact, it reminded me back to the song on Three Sides to Every Story, Tragic Comic. Just that sweet lead bass, and just sets the tempo. Well, this I'm gonna say it, face melting bass playing is incredible, and you're going to enjoy it. I promise you. That was just the intro to Tragic Comic on Three Sides to Every Story. Because man, it just gives the song a great feel, and it's something you're going to hear throughout six. And of course, one of the more popular members of the band, Gary Sharon, uh, the voice of rock and roll. His voice is meant for this kind of music, as well as smooth ballads. His voice was so incredible that at one time Van Halen asked him to be the lead, and he hung in there for 3 years. But that's not the kind of music that his voice was meant for. His voice was meant for this extreme genre. He has done a lot of stuff uh, to improve the band, but at the same time, it's almost like a quiet improvement. He's not the showboat. He is the vocals that is used as an instrument. And if you don't know what I mean, just listen to the song Rebel and the way that they have decided to end that song. His voice is an instrument. And the only other guy that I could ever say that about was John Anderson of Yes. So this man has got the voice. This man is rock and roll. This man is extreme. And in the spirit of being that guy that spoils the ending of a movie for you, I've got to let you hear this from the album 6, hashtag Rebel.
Rebel, you rage without a cause. Fools on parade, bearing no cross. Bury the truth, repeat the lie. Mob is the rule, fueling the fire.
That's all you get. You're going to have to get the album to appreciate that song. And let me tell you, you will. Your foot won't stop, tapping for about 17 years. But anyway, uh, he is a rock and roll voice, and man, what a driving force with that voice. And finally, let me talk to you about the guitarist. Not that he needs any introduction, but it's Nuno Betancourt, another wonderful gift to the world from the country of Portugal. Uh, he is amazing. He is, I'm trying to think of the word for it. How about virtuoso? He is a guitar virtuoso. The sounds that he is creating from this guitar is not dependent on any kind of fancy, pedals or soundboards or anything like this. He is a guitar purist. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever want to play the guitar and want to sound really, really good, guess what? The guitar does that sound for you if you become part of that guitar. And Nuno Betancourt is a living guitar. The sounds that come out of that need no amplifications or magnifications or any kind of reverbs or anything like that. He is a purist, and you could hear that in his playing. And not only that, he surprised me, not really, but with some of the acoustic play that he has in the album 6. And I'm here to tell you, once you sit down and listen to this album, you are going to absolutely, one, understand rock and roll, but two, you want to buy their whole collection. And I hope you do. But of course, if you've been on the internet or YouTube or anything like that lately, you'll see that the world, especially guitarists around the world, they are raving about his solo on the song Rise. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to play that for you, but man, I'm going to let you hear the start of this incredible song. Hold on. And again, just like a pizza that just came out of a wood burning oven, I'm here just to whet your appetite. Baby, if you're not drooling to hear this by now, check your pulse. This is an incredible musical gift to the world. And I truly mean that. But it's not what it seems, okay? I think it was Nuno Betancourt himself had once said, whatever you think an extreme album is after 2 or even 3 songs, it's not. And believe it or not, that exactly is the way it is for every one of their albums that they have put out. You listen to 1 or 2 songs, and it's like, wait a minute, that's not what this album is all about. And it's about the only thing you could say about it, it's extreme. It is rock and roll, but it is extreme rock and roll. So they're doing it their way. And we are better off as a human race for listening to this kind of music. And yes, I'm a little bit goofy right now. And this sound bite that I just now threw out there, man, that's the one I want to talk about real quick here. It's called X Out, and it is an incredible song. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, this is, first of all, again, it's got a driving tempo, it's got incredible rock and roll in your face sound. But then when you start to listen to it, there's something spiritual about it. Now, don't turn it off just because I said there's something spiritual about it. Listen to me carefully. Everyone in this world is spiritual. Some of us have a good spirit, and some of us have a bad spirit. And that's what I'm feeling about this. This is a song that this song here, X Out, spoke to me. And here's how. Growing up, I wasn't really into, who is God and things like that. I did grow up in a good Catholic family that, we went to church every Easter and Christmas. But uh, that set aside, as I grew older, I had a desire for spiritual growth. And I started to ask these questions. And I started to actually shout out one time, "Forgive me, Father, show me your unfailing love." So when I heard that in this song, I thought, wow, this hits, this resounds inside of me. And I don't care what you believe in, and I don't know what they believe in. I know what they put on vinyl. I know what they put in this music. And here's what it comes down to. When I listen to this song, and I want you to look up the lyrics, I want you to read the lyrics. It's not something that's preachy, it's something that is happening all the time. And that is that people are getting burned by some of these so-called churches that that here we are, we know that we want something better in our life, and we're seeking whatever that is. And I don't care what your preference is. I truly don't. I know my preference is to reach out and look for God. Okay, and I keep doing that every day. If you want to reach out, go look for SpongeBob. You go do you, boo, because I'm telling you, this is the way that I'm looking at this. When I see the lyrics, it says X out faith, X out hope, X out love. This tells me, man, someone is like, saying, nope, can't do the faith, can't do the hope, can't do the love. But then something in the lyrics just hit me. And this is the thing that I was telling you about, people get burned out by the modern day church. Because it says, save your breath on a stage, a strutter frets. Just another tale being told by an idiot. Vanity, full of sound and fury, whistling past your weathered epitaph. And then it's, man, then it says, I'm never coming back. I'm never coming back. Sun burns out and it fades to black. There's no way I'm going to make it back. Out of time, and I'm running out of light. Man, that is deep. And then it gets really in your face truthful when it says, rich man blessed in purple thread, poor man begging for a crust of bread. Like the poor, the rich are born and they die. So guys, we are all in this together. That's my preaching for the day. We are all in this together. I implore you to go seek whatever you need to seek for your spiritual health, and don't think that this is one of those hidden Christian albums, because it's not. Okay, this is an album. This is a musical movement of you. Listen to this. Let the music speak to you. What you take out of it, better start off with, that heavy rock and roll sound, that melodic ballad sound, and just incredible music by four incredible musicians who, in my book, today and always will receive extra cowbell from me. Extreme has knocked it out of the park. I encourage you to get the album right now. If you're living in the basement of your mom's house, just ask her, hey, can I borrow your credit card? Go get this album. It is worth your ears, because you will be, and I'm going to say it, rock and roll blessed. Are you now wondering why music is so important to the Super Spy? Then buy the book, The Life and Times of Biff Baxter. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or just search Google for Crying Out Loud. It's how you found this podcast in the first place. The Life and Times of Biff Baxter. Get your copy now.